All right, thank you all for coming out. Coach will have a quick opening statement. Chris has got a microphone in the back, so just remember, raise your hand and get the microphone before you ask the question. We good in the back, Cameron? Yes. All right, go.
Welcome, everybody. I will say for some, it's been a long time no see, but some, I just saw you all here recently. But really excited about starting training camp. You know, we have 154 days until, no, 1 day until training camp, but pretty good. That's pretty clever by Tamarion Terry, huh? See how much publicity he got out of that? I thought that was pretty neat. I mean, maybe that's a new marketing deal. Do that, but Tamarion, everybody knows who Tamarion is now, huh? Scary Terry. Anyways, looking forward to this training camp. My guys had a really good off season in the classroom, in the weight room, and really excited about the work they put in, and now ready to get out and work on some football and see how much the weightlifting and running and conditioning and those guys working in the off season by themselves, seeing how much it pays off as we start camp and get a chance to see some of the new guys as well. So really excited about the 2019 Florida State Seminole football team, baby. Questions? Bring them on. Bring them on. I'm going to be the first today, Coach.
So I have a two-part question. I know you can't speak on any recruits directly, but what's your thoughts on the momentum you built since last weekend, and just what does it say about your program that you've been able to have the success that you're having, even though you're coming off a down year?
I know for us, we just know the plan works, you know, so we just stick to the plan and keep working. You know, we work on it every single day and try to find the right young men that we want in this football program, that we want to help us build this, and guys that want to be here, you know. And you have a lot of them that comes on campus and they come back. And we had a great weekend and they felt a part of it. And but I think Florida State speaks for itself. But I think a lot of the kids come and hear and see our vision and want to be a part of it. And I think it's great. I'm really excited about the ones that want to be here after a down year. That says a lot about them too.
I mean, with this being year two, maybe guys know a little more of what is going to be expected of them, things like that coming in. Just how important can that be that guys kind of know, it's not going to be new to them like it was last year?
Well, I think not just the players, coaches as well. You know, I think year two, everyone know where to go. No one's thinking about where to go. Now you got guys helping other guys going to the right places and how to do things. So it makes it so easy and you're able to do a little more when everybody understands what to do, and then you get other people that can help others understand what to do. And when you got it going that way, then changing the culture and getting it to the way you want to happens a lot quicker.
Hey, Coach.
What's up, Mike?
Just how did you think the guys did in their summer strength and conditioning program, and just what did you see from them in that regard?
Well, I've seen a lot of bodies change. I think you all see that when you come out to practice. A lot of guys' bodies changed. A lot of guys gained some weight. Guys that needed to lose weight, they lost some weight and feeling good about themselves. You got guys from Robert Cooper to James Blackmon walking around with their shirts off now. So both feeling good about themselves and what they're doing. But no, guys work really hard. I mean, and this started back in January. You know, it wasn't just a summer thing. It started back in January. Our players being committed to each other and working hard and being committed to getting better, and it translated over into spring ball, and we had a great off season off the field, and then just hearing our guys talk about summer conditioning and then summer player ran practices and how they go out and compete, and how more guys are out there competing now than ever, you know. And then you got guys up on their day off running stadium steps and just getting extra work in. It's pretty cool, but they've been working like that since January.
Willie, following up on what you were talking about, or what you touched on with the changing culture, where have you seen the culture change from, where you are right now, and what still do you think is left to do?
Well, I think one is we're not pulling teeth to get our guys to do anything. I mean, I think the buy-in is there, and guys starting to realize and understand the things we're asking them to do, how it really can affect them in a positive way and help them, but also understand how it all works together to make everything that we're trying to get accomplished work well together. So just the buy-in, I mean, everything we're asking our guys to do, whether it's going to class, community service, working on their craft, guys are doing that, and they're taking pride in doing it. And I think it's even better when your best players are doing that, and that's when you kind of see the younger guys take notice and start working on it as well.
You've talked about coaching chemistry, how important that is. Back in the day, it seems like coaches used to go on retreats kind of before camp started. Did you guys do anything like that? Did all you coaches get together and kind of bond, and how's that all coming together?
Yeah, we usually do a retreat every year. We did one last year. We didn't do one this year. We did more of a staff clinic here where we spend the day clinicking each other and what we do and what we're going to do and how we're going to teach things, and where we're all on the same page, and again, understanding how we're going to go about getting it to our players. So did a little different this year, which was pretty neat to sit in and be a freshman and listen to my coach teach me some football. So that's kind of how we did it, and it was good. I mean, it was good just seeing the different techniques of teaching from different coaches and how they go about presenting the information to our players. Hold on, we need a little more juice in here. Oh man, it don't feel like the first day. Let's go. Here we go.
Just as a staff as a whole, how do you, what's the importance of being able to develop guys that maybe weren't, the highly touted recruits coming out of high school, or maybe have to, gain weight or lose weight? Every guy can't step in and be able to contribute right away. So with those guys that maybe need some work, how important is that for you as a staff?
I mean, I think it's always important just developing. I mean, all of them, whether they're 4 or 5 star, whatever they were, coming out of high school is just so important in developing them as not just football players, but young men as well. That's part of the whole process, and it's cool to see as these guys grow older and mature how things become a little more important to them, things that they didn't think was as important to them when they were younger. Now as they get older, they starting to see that and starting to take pride in their work, take pride in why they're here and what they came here to get accomplished, and seeing that in a lot of our guys now has been great, and because they can pass it on to the younger guys and making sure that they come here and take care of business early and not allow things to sneak up on them. So, but I think that's part of the whole deal of developing, no matter where some develop quicker than others as well. Some of them it takes a minute, all of them are different, but it's a daily process, and training camp is a great opportunity to get a lot of that development in.
We go to Brendan over here.
Hey, Willie,
Brendan?
wondering how much are you able to look at like past jobs, whether at Western Kentucky, USF, to kind of gauge and see where you guys are at? I know earlier this offseason you said you feel like you're on track, so do you look back at old jobs to kind of see, are we on a similar path?
I wouldn't necessarily say look back. I think each jobs are different, but you can, a lot of things that we do is what we've done before, and it works. And I know for me personally, just with our guys buy in, you start to see things just in the small areas just become better. Guys go into class, guys take care of business in the classroom, guys staying out of trouble. When those little things start to happen, you start to see a culture change, and again, as they grow, they can't overlook just where they at from where they at in their class. When they go and grow and get older and mature, it gets better. But a lot of times all that plays a factor in it. And I mean, not until you sit back and look at it. I mean, we're a pretty young football team, and young football team that went through some change, and one time you want some leadership, that's one time you were allowed to have some leadership. A lot of senior leadership, but we did. So this is a little different, but I think a lot of it is just the buy-in. Talent's not the issue. Our guys buying into what we're doing and believing in each other. Coaches believing in players, players believing in coaches, and more importantly, everybody coming and giving it everything they got for this university. That's when things turn around, when that becomes important.
I actually got two. The first one is Tamorian Terry. Is there a status update? When do you expect him to be able to practice full speed?
He won't start with us, but don't necessarily have a set date when he'll get back in the training camp and get to working again, but he won't start tomorrow with us.
But you fully expect him to be in training camp at some point?
I do.
Okay. And then this is a question that excites me. Notice that you had some non-morning practices, some afternoons, some evenings. What was the decision behind that, and is that something maybe we can expect moving forward in the season?
No. No. No, it's just a little change up. You try to change up some things in training camp. For me, we're going to have some morning practice, we're going to have some afternoon practices, and we're going to have some evening practice. Just different times we have to play. We don't play that early in the morning, but there's different times throughout the season. We play at 1, we play at 2, 3, 6, 7, and just getting our guys up, ready to play, and understand that no matter what time we get up, when there's a football out there and there's a line and hash marks and some numbers and some refs and a goalpost, it's time to play ball. So just changing it up, give our guys a little something different. Sorry.
Willie, during at ACC kickoff, you made some comments about the offensive line, and Coach Clement's doing a good job of getting them to believe in themselves and believe in each other. I guess, how does that manifest itself? And if that is different than maybe where they were a year ago, do you even look back and judge guys based on, and you said before some of those guys weren't ready to play last year. Do you judge anything in terms of depth charts based on what they did last year, or was it a pretty clean slate with Coach Clements?
I think you got to go off of past performance. You always got to look at that and see what guys are doing, and not only past performance, but the beauty for Coach Clement, he got a chance to coach them in the spring, so he understands the individual and how they learn and how they are when it comes to blocking and doing those things. I think from a camaraderie standpoint and getting guys to play for one another, he's doing a great job of getting that done with our whole line group. I think that's so important that those guys have that unity amongst each other and care about each other, and more importantly, go out and play up to a standard that they want to play at. They understand the standard that they need to play at, and no one can do it for them. They got to do it themselves, and I think they see the coach believe in them and they believe in themselves, and I think they will. They believe in themselves and knowing that they got to do it. And again, they've been beat up for a few years now, and won't stop until you get tired of it. You get sick and tired of it, you go out and take care of your business. They won't say those things.
Go back to Wayne.
Coach, I asked you this at ACC Media Day, but have you heard anything from the NCAA about Jordan Travis's waiver? And if not, what will his role be during practice?
We haven't had a final answer on that yet, but hopefully here soon, as we in training camp, he's going to be out competing at quarterback, and until we hear something different. We're going to allow him to go out and compete as well, and hopefully we hear something soon and not have to prolong that, but hopefully know something soon. But he's going to come out and compete, and looking forward to seeing him.
Coach, if Tamorian is not going to be available for a little while, are you interested to see how maybe some of your younger receivers can take advantage of any extra reps they might get?
Well, I was looking forward to that anyways. I think it's so important that we continue to develop our guys, and we have some young guys, like you say, some guys redshirted last year. Now they get a chance to go out and participate. I'm excited to see those guys. They've had a great workout, great off season as well, and I think they're fired up just to go out. They were fired up anyways, but I think they'll be more fired up to go out there and compete and show what they can do and show that they can get the job done as well. Yeah, we might need to bring some music in here or something.
I think last year, the former offensive coordinator said that you guys kind of looked at every single throw that the quarterbacks made before determining who was going to be the starting quarterback. Do you and Kendall have any sort of different approach or different values in what you guys look for a quarterback as, you know, maybe previous seasons you had with other coordinators you worked with?
No, we're going to grade these guys every day on what we're asking them to do and seeing which guys can take the information from the meeting room to the field and who can run our offense, you know, and do it efficiently and do it to where we're not being careless with the football. Guys got to take care of the football and run our offense. Guys go out there and get all 11 guys to run on the same page and do it consistently enough and at a high level. I mean, that's what we're looking for, and they're all going to have an opportunity to do it throughout training camp. And like I said at ACC Media Day, I'm sure the best man going to win the job, you know, but every single day they're going to be graded on everything, not just throwing the ball around, but how guys going to react to them, how guys respond to them, how guys respond when they say something, you know, just everything. I mean, I think it's so important that they have it all. So we're going to evaluate it all and get the best guy and be ready to roll.
Starting tomorrow, what are the biggest factors that you're looking for and areas that you need to improve in, you know, for this season to be a success?
To get better every single day, you know, get 1% better every single day, and everybody. We all got to be better. Our players, our coaches, from a teaching standpoint, and our players from learning and taking it to the field and doing it exactly the way that we say we want it done, and playing with a lot of passion, a lot of energy, you know, and being a disciplined football team, but being a football team that's fun to watch, does things the right way, and those things start tomorrow, and it's every single day we got to work on those things. It can't be a day that we go by that we're not working on the things that we're trying to do to get better, you know. For us, all the things we didn't do well last year, we want to be better at, a lot better.
Coach, you mentioned that you guys would be without Terry for the start of fall camp. Will there be any other players that are out for the start of fall camp?
The only other one, Coleman. Cole, he's still not ready yet, so he won't be ready to start. Jalen Parks, another still not ready yet, but other than those guys, no, sir. Great question. Cheers.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Excellent.
Good, good. Hey, I know today's a big report day. Freshman class is in. Did all those guys make it in and everybody good to go when practice starts up?
Yes, sir. All of them are here. They've been here for a while now. And I've been getting a lot of rave reviews from my older guys that coach this freshman class. Pretty good, you know. So they've been here. Been going to class and been working out with Coach O. And I see them all together all the time. But they're all here ready to roll. Really excited to watch them tomorrow.
One other thing on the newcomer, you got a quarterback transfer in here, and I know hasn't been here very long, but how's Hornibrook fitting in with everybody? How's his rotation going to be handled when you guys start practice?
Well, he's fitting in perfectly. He's come here and done what I think all transfers should do, is come in and get to know your teammates, and he's done a great job getting to know guys individually and spending time with them, and I say he's earned the respect of our team already, and guys are really excited about him. He comes to work, to go to work every single day, and they out working days off. It's been good. I mean, guys like him. I mean, he likes being here, and they both will get reps with the ones, and we're gonna grade them all, make sure. I mean, they'll get reps with the twos. I think that's important too. Is how can you get the twos to go? You know, that says a lot about you as a quarterback too. If you can get those guys and make them a little better, that's great as well. So they're gonna get they're gonna compete. Yeah, we'll find the best guy.
Willie, following up on the Cole Minshew, do you expect him back in camp, or do you know?
I don't know. That's one I just don't know. You
Okay.
know, I wish he was back in the spring, but
Yeah.
yes, that's one we just don't know.
Okay. And then also, I know there's been talk about maybe adding some support staff analyst positions. Is that happening, or anybody you can tell
I
us
told you
about?
guys at the ACC Media Day about Stanford Samuel, and he's will be with us, and then yeah, that's it.
Well, yeah, to go back to Alex Hornibrook, when did he first kind of get on your radar as somebody who could be somebody who could come in here, and what did I guess he do upon meeting with you to make you feel comfortable that he'd be a good fit for the team?
I remember watching him play in the bowl game, you know, and even that year you watched some games, but I remember more that bowl game and watching them win that game. And then I would say it was back in February. I got a phone call from a good friend and a mutual friend that gave me a shout, and I was like, you can only imagine where we were at that time, and absolutely, you know, and went from there. Then he came down and visit. He enjoyed it. He liked what he watched practice in the spring and really liked what he saw and liked what we're doing, and said that's where he wanted to be. So it's pretty cool. Glad he's here.
Willie, with James Blackmon, I guess what's the biggest, two-part question. One with James, what's the biggest improvement or change in him you've seen this offseason? And then two, given that he redshirted last year, in hindsight, would you have liked to maybe get him more reps, or do you think he has benefited from that time to kind of sit and watch more?
I think he's benefited tremendously. I think he understands the game a lot better after sitting out last year and seeing it from a different standpoint. And I see that by him being up there daily, just wanting to talk football and learn more football and have ideals. I think that comes from just being on that side and seeing things. Now he comes in and he has some ideals on how some things should look and what he's comfortable with. And but for James, again, he's another one of the kids. He's just growing up. He's maturing. He's understanding what's important and what's not important. You know, and that's the beauty of it. Is, I mean, he's always been a leader and guys always following him. But just seeing him mature even more and understanding what's important in life, what's important in him being in Florida State, and what he want to accomplish in life. Those things becoming a reality to him, and he's excited about those things, and it's pretty cool to watch him do that and be excited about things like that. So, yeah, I think just growth again, redshirting and growth and seeing things has really helped him from that standpoint. And he's always been a great teammate, you know. And but I think he's becoming a better leader now and doing a great job of holding guys accountable to what they all say they're going to do.
Coach, with Stanford Samuels, what will his title be, and what can he bring to the table as far as what he's going to do for you?
He used to be a defensive analyst on the defense side of the ball, and Stanford's a smart football coach. He understands the game, and if you're ever around him and get a chance to talk some football, you'll see that he's going to be a good football coach one day, and he understands Florida State University, and he believes garnet and gold. He sat in that seat where a lot of those guys are sitting at and won a lot of ball games around here and know what it takes to win. You know, so, but I think he's a good fit for our defensive staff as well. You know, and we'll add to that chemistry.
With Cole being out for at least a little while, is Donte Lucas a kid that could see himself working with the first team? Is he that talented? And also, who else is maybe in the mix at the tackle positions?
Well, you'll see a lot of freshmen going to have an opportunity. They're all going to have opportunities to go out and compete. We're going to allow these guys to do that. We have to allow these guys to do it and see that and make sure that we got the best guys out there. So You'll see him. You'll see Ryan Roberts. He'll be out at tackle. Chaz Neal. You got Jawan Williams. You'll see some guys. You'll be out there tomorrow. You'll see them all. But yeah, we don't allow those guys to compete too. It's not just a quarterback competition here. I mean, we have some dudes, and we got to see who's going to be the best dude to go out and help us win some ball games. And there's going to be a lot of guys playing for us. I mean, they need to play, and we got to make sure we find out the right guys to play for us. And the way you do that is allow them to compete and show what they can do. So you're going to have it at a lot of positions. That's what I'm excited about this training camp. You see it at a lot of positions, and it's going to be fun. I mean, you look at our linebacker position, how deep we are there. We weren't like that last year. You guys asked me a lot of questions about that position last year, and now we're pretty deep. I'm excited to see those guys compete. I think it's going to be fun to watch.
On special teams, I don't know if I misinterpreted, but there were some times I felt like Coach Dugans was working with gunners, and there were some times where Coach Clements was helping out with like field goal protections and things like that. Is special teams just going to be Mark Snyder's job, or will other guys help out to kind of even things out?
Coach Snyder's going to be the special team coordinator, and every coach is going to have a role on special teams. Everyone, even me. We all going to have a role in special team and making sure that we're investing in our special teams and making sure that we go out and play a lot better than what we were.
Willie, Brendan asked you about kind of where you've been before and some of the changes. You said every program's been different, but I'm curious, what kind of, generally speaking, are some of the year 1 to year 2 jumps that you've seen where you've been before?
Like I said earlier, usually to me it starts academically. When that gets right academically and socially, when you don't have a lot of outside distractions and you start doing the things that you say you're going to do when you came here, when kids not being distracted by off-the-field stuff and not being distracted by not doing well in class and I got to get this grade, I got to do this, I got to do that. They don't have that stress on them. You start to see just everything else for them start to work out for them, And again, a lot of it is just maturity. They get older and things become a little more important to them. A lot of them don't know, especially when they first get there, and they think it's a certain way. So they learn, and then again, a lot of guys. You think about young football team. You think about Marvin and Cam and all those guys. They came here and coach that brought them in here was gone. So and then they had to get used to something else. And these guys are freshmen going into their sophomore year, so it's not easy. So, but experience helped that. They've had some experience, and they understand what we don't want to do anymore, and understand what we need to do going forward.
Willie, a couple guys logged off of social media in the last few days. Is that
really?
Who? James
How many
Blackmon.
Just a couple?
Announced that they were logging off.
Just a
social
couple,
media.
not the whole team.
I didn't see a tweet from every single player on it, but is that something that the whole team is doing in unison? Is it just each player individually? Is that something that you pushed for, I guess?
No, if they ask me, I'd tell them that. But that's something. If they did it, that's something they decided they wanted to do themselves. And that's what they did.